Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm just going to be playing with some new to me makeup. I've purchased a Pat McGrath foundation. I have the Natasha Denona mini star palette, the beautiful Lilah B highlighter, a Tower 28 bronzer. So let's just get into it and try all this makeup on and have fun. So if you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. It will mean the world to me. Now let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a primer that I haven't used in a while. This is the Elemis Superfood Glow Primer. This is a moisturizing glowy primer. Let's give it a good shake, and it's pretty cute. This is what the packaging looks like. And it comes with a squeezy tube. And let's just apply this to the face. But I love this primer. I got this primer in a boxy charm, and it has a tiny bit of tint to it. And it's just so pretty. It's so moisturizing, and it gives it a nice glow. It's kind of like the Hollywood Flawless filter. Okay, so let's start with the foundation. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Foundation, and I got mine in the shade Light 3. Oh, I'm so excited to use this foundation. Give it a good shake. So I'm going to apply the foundation with a brush. I just squeezed out one pump for now and see if that's enough. We're going to go in after if we need more. So I'm going to apply it with a brush. This is the Rare Beauty foundation brush. Wow, this foundation is just beautiful. It's very skin-like. The shade matches perfectly. We can add a tiny bit more. The foundation is quite liquidy, the consistency you can see, but it's very lightweight on the face, and I actually love it. I love the coverage. You can build it up, obviously. It's just, I think it's a buildable to medium coverage. It's not a full coverage. As you can see that you can still see the imperfection on the face. Well, this is quite a big imperfection right there, but it did get rid of the redness, any type of discoloration on the face. I'm loving this foundation so much. Okay, so let's move on to concealer. I'm gonna use, this is not new in my collection. I don't have a new concealer because I kind of want to use the ones that I already have. And this is the Fenty Beauty Concealer in the shade Golden Ivory 02. And squeeze, I don't like this, the squeezy tube, but squeeze some out here. That's quite a bit that came out. So I'm gonna use again a Rare Beauty concealer brush and start spreading it out with this, and then I'm gonna go in with a sponge. This is a very nice hydrating concealer. See, such a beautiful brightening concealer, and I like the hydration. It's like not drying at all. Beautiful. So I'm gonna go in with my Pat McGrath under eye powder. This is the translucent one, and just set the under eye area. So I'm gonna use a nice Moda fluffy brush. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes with the MAC Paint Pot in the shade Soft Ochre. I use my finger and just prime the eyelids because they're a little bit oily. Now let's move on to bronzer. I am so excited. I have the Tower 28 Bronzino bronzer in the shade West Coast. This looks so beautiful. Here's a close-up. It just looks stunning. So let's see how it looks on the hand. That's my type of bronzer. I love this type of shade. Now let's apply this with, this is a Co-Beauty slanted brush, very dense. Any type of brush like that works. So I'm gonna go right into it and apply this to the face. Ooh, it pulls a little bit more red. As you can see, it's a little bit more caramel on the hand, and on the cheek is a little bit more red. I think that this is probably best applied with a sponge. Let's see. Yeah, so let's go in with a sponge and blend everything in. Like, I like Tower 28. I like their blush. This bronzer is okay. It's not what I expected at all. Like, it definitely looks more caramel. I like this shade a little bit better. Maybe use my finger. Maybe that's the top layer. It looks like I should use my finger and see. It feels balmy, but it does apply darker and more reddish on the cheek. I don't know if I like that. Kind of looks like a blush. It's very dewy and hydrating. So that's the positive about it. But it seems like it needs a lot of work to kind of get it to the point where I like it. It's okay. I think I don't like the undertone. It just looks a little bit too red for my liking. I just like more of a sun-kissed type of look, and this gives me a little bit more red vibes, but it looks okay after it's blended. So you can build it up. I really like the sheen that it gives, but so far I cannot call it a favorite of mine because I like the Anastasia Beverly Hills, that cream bronzer. That's the type of shade I like. Okay. I guess we can leave it as is. Maybe, I think on top, I'm gonna go with this Dior palette and go into these bronzers here. I'm gonna use the E5 by Blink brushes and go like this and add a little bit more glow to the face, just to kind of set this balmy bronzer a bit. It looks nice, but it takes a while to kind of get it to this point, and it's sheer, so you have to really work at it. If you like to be more bronzed, probably this bronzer is not for you. But I was really excited about this. I thought it looked more caramel. Like, look how beautiful this looks on the hand. It looks more, has more of a yellow undertone, but on the face, it has more of a red undertone. It's kind of weird. Very strange. Okay, anyways, let's move on. Oh, I wet my concealer sponge and I forgot to use it. Let's move on to highlighter. I'm really excited about this one. This is the Lilah B Mini Highlighter in the shade Be Enchanting. It's a glisten plus glow skin illuminator. So it opens up like a nice pebble like this. It looks like a cream to powder product. It's a very nice natural highlighter. So I'm gonna use my finger and see how this goes. Ooh. It's very natural looking, very subtle, just a little bit of glow. You can see right there, stunning. I love this, and it's not balmy or anything. It doesn't feel sticky on the face. It's a very, I think it's a cream to powder consistency. Very interesting formula. I like it. Now for blush. I have not used my Rose Ink blush in the shade Foxglove. This beautiful shade. So I think I'm gonna go in with a brush. I'm gonna use this Co Beauty brush. It's again slanted at the top. And apply it like this at first. And then I'm gonna use my sponge. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that Tower 28 bronzer. I don't really like how it sits on my face. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. This blush is so pretty. It melts into your skin. It just looks stunning on the face. It's easy to blend, very user-friendly. So I think on top I'm gonna go, I like to do that lately with the Dior palette, and I'm gonna go in this 2 shades right here and use a blush brush, and this is by Elena Badro. I'm just gonna go into this too and kind of top this highlighter and blush with this, just to give it that extra nice glow. Complexion is done. What do you guys think? So the complexion looks okay. The blush is nice, the highlighter is nice, the foundation is stunning, of course. The bronzer is kind of disappearing into my skin, but let's go ahead and start playing with the Natasha Denona Mini Star Eyeshadow Palette. This is so beautiful. So here are the shades all swatched. They are so stunning. My favorite is this one right here, which is that blue that has a nice brown red shift to it. As you can see, it looks brown. You don't see any blue in it. And when I turn it, look at that, it's blue. So I definitely want to use this shade right here. This one is a little bit more crumbly, which is this last mustardy green one. But my favorite is this one right here. So I'm gonna start with this shade right here as my transition shade. And I'm gonna use this Morphe fluffy brush. It looks so beautiful, no patchiness at all, no fallout. It looks stunning. So both eyes are done with this transition shade. Today I'm not going to use the green because I did use green before, but I'm going to go into this darker shade right here, this brown, and kind of darken the outer corner, put it into the crease and outside. And now I'm going to use the same brush because we're going to do this in the crease for now. Ooh, so this is pretty dark. It blended perfectly, no patchiness at all, and this is a dark shade. So usually with dark shades you sometimes tend to see some patchiness, but look at this, it looks beautiful. So I'm gonna dip again and try to intensify this outer corner a bit. So now I'm gonna go with this nice blue right here. Ah, so stunning. And I'm gonna use my finger and put it kind of all over the eyelid. There's a green shift to it. This is my favorite shade. It's just beautiful. Now I wonder, you see the shade right here, which is a good inner corner and brow bone. I'm gonna take it and try apply it on top here to see. It kind of diffuses that blue if you apply it on top. I was gonna do it in the middle, but I'm not. I'm gonna go into a small flat brush like this and go into this shade right here and just add this in the inner corner here a tiny bit. Now for the bottom lash line, I think I want to add this green. So I'm going to go into the same brush and add this blue shade. Let's see if it works. So I'm going to get a one that looks like this, and I'm going to spray it. Just a little bit, not much. As you can see, it's barely, you don't see that nice green blue shade right there. I'm basically tapping in here, but barely see the blue sparkles in it. Yeah, maybe you kind of have to use the tip of that brush and dig in there. And there you go. Now you start seeing that the blue sparkles. So now I'm gonna go into another smaller brush like this, a pencil brush, and dip into this brown and bring it underneath here so we can connect with the top. So I'm gonna use my concealer brush and just clean, oops, because there's still a lot of concealer on it. Clean that area up. I think that the eyes look so beautiful. I love these shades so much. Now I'm gonna go into this Lilah B highlighter. I'm gonna use this in the inner corner and brow bone. And for that, I'm gonna use a clean pointy brush like this one. Let's see if we can pick it up on the brush and highlight this inner corner. Oh yeah, definitely intensifies that inner corner more. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. So if you're wondering what's on my brows, I used this Got2b glue, spiking glue. So I used that lately and I just love it. It seems like this is the only one that keeps the brows in place for the whole day compared to the NYX one, Anastasia one that I have. This is the one that lasts the longest till actually the end of the day. For mascara, I will use my Lancome Hypnose Drama Mascara. I haven't used this in a while. And enjoy this intermission, and I will be right back with lips. Okay, so mascara, I applied it only on the top lashes because I forgot I have one more product here I want to try out. And this is the Clinique Quickliner for Intense Eyes. I got mine in the shade 01 Intense Black. It's one of these twisty ones, so very, very soft, very gentle on the skin. It looks beautiful. So I'm going to put this in my waterline to intensify the waterline, and then I'm going to apply mascara on the bottom lashes as well. So you can see the difference right here. It is a very soft black. It's not as intense as it says. It's probably intense when you put it on the actual skin, but for the waterline, looks like a very soft black. So here is the final eye look, all complete. Now let's move on to lips. For lips, I have this mini Melt Ultra Matte lipstick in the shade Frisky. Let's check out the shade in here they sent me. Again, this came, look how cute this is. They're so cute. This came with my last package. This is the lipstick. It looks matte and nice and nude. So let me pick up a lip liner. I think I'm gonna go with the Wet n Wild gel lip liner in the shade Lay Down the Mauves. Hopefully it's not too, it looks brown, but hopefully that's not too purple on the lips. Yeah, it looks a little bit more purple, but it's okay. Let's go in with this lipstick. Make sure you don't take it out too much because you don't want it to fall out. This is such a beautiful lipstick. It is more on the matte side, but it's very hydrating. For some reason, it doesn't dry up the lips. Very interesting formula. This is the final look. Let me know down below what you guys think, if you enjoyed this look. Now, let's talk about all of these products, and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts. Okay, let's start with, obviously, the LMS Superfood Glow Primer Moisturizer is beautiful. It moisturizes your skin. I definitely recommend this. I got this from a BoxyCharm. But LMS is a beautiful brand and I love their products. So I think that it has made the foundation apply much more smoother, more moisturizing on the face. So I love this product. Now for the Pat McGrath foundation, this is the Skin Fetish Sublime foundation in the shade Light 3. I love this foundation. It looks beautiful. It doesn't cake up underneath my eyes, in my fine lines, in my smile lines, behind my nose. It looks stunning. You can build it to a medium coverage. As you can see, it did cover a little bit. It did cover any redness on the face. It did smooth the face. It's very hydrating looking. It just looks stunning. It just looks like your skin but better. So I definitely love this foundation. I know it's very pricey, but it's so worth it. I really enjoy it. Now let's talk about the bronzer. Unfortunately, this is Tower 28. I love Tower 28. I love the blush. I don't hate this bronzer. I will definitely continue using it because I purchased it and I want to use it. Probably this is better on one of those days which no makeup days. It looks, I don't know, it just looks beautiful on the finger. Look how that caramel. But when you apply it to the face, it just looks a little bit patchy. It's very hard to build up, and it has that red undertone. I don't know why, because this looks so beautiful on the hand. But when you apply it to the face, it loses its nice, the sun-kissed type of shade that you see on the hand, and it turns into this kind of blush sunburned on the face, and you can see that it's not there anymore. Let me try build it up a bit more. I don't know what to use to build it. I'm gonna use this brush. Maybe using a sponge takes away from the shade, but I don't know. It's just, look, it's like applying blush on your skin. So this definitely, you can use it as a blush. Like you can see, this is the blush, and look, it looks sunburnt, definitely not sun-kissed. So let me tone it down again. So for that reason, like, I don't know, the only thing I like about it is the nice glowiness that it gives to the skin. Definitely don't like the shade. Don't be fooled by the shade here. It's absolutely nothing that what it looks in the pan. It comes out red on the skin. So I'll probably use this as a blush and not a bronzer because I want to use it. I do have their blushes, and I love the Tower 28 blushes, and I love the Tower 28 highlighting balm for like when you go those days no makeup look. But this is definitely not good for a bronzer, in my opinion. Now, the Lilah B Highlighter, this looks stunning. It looks like it just melts into the skin the minute you apply it, and it gives it that nice glow when the light hits you. You can see that nice, beautiful, natural glow. You don't see a streak of highlight. You see a nice glowy cheek, which is very natural looking. I just love this highlighter. I got mine in the mini. This is very expensive, but a little bit goes a long way, and I've used this for my brow bone and inner corner. The Rose Ink blush, you can see that it's very similar to the bronzer, even though they're different shades, but when this applies to the face, it gives it that nice sunburned, nice crispy brick color on the cheek, and I love this shade. This is the Foxglove. The Fenty Beauty concealer, stunning. You guys know I love this. The eyeshadow palette, I love this eyeshadow palette. I have a couple of our minis, and I love all of them that I've purchased. I have the mini nude, the mini gold, and the mini star palette. I think from all of this, probably my favorite is the mini star palette because it does have a shade from all of them. Like it has the nice brown shades that you find in the mini nude one. It has the nice green shade that I love that you can find in the mini gold one, and it has the beautiful blue shade that actually switches color from a brown to a blue. Especially, you can see you don't see any blue here, and when you turn it, there's the blue. So this is probably my favorite mini palette by Natasha Denona that I own so far, that I definitely recommend. So if you want to skip this too, go for this one because you have all the shades you need from all of this together. So I definitely recommend this guy. The Melt Cosmetic lipstick, look how beautiful. It just doesn't dry the lips. This is in the shade Frisky. It's an ultra matte lipstick. I love matte lipsticks, and I forgot to add the Fenty Beauty Gloss in the shade Fenty Glow 01. So let's just add this in the middle. It's this one right here. I think it's a mini one as well. A little bit goes a long way. It's very hydrating on the lip. So if you prefer a glossy lip, go ahead and apply this on top. If you prefer a matte lip, which I really love, you can just apply this melt lipstick and you're good to go. Those were the products I've tried on today. They were new to me, and most of them are new that I've just tried on right now, and some of them I already had in my collection that are still newer that I just purchased. And if you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe down below. It will mean so much to me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you all a wonderful day Always remember to be yourself, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.